When seen soaring through the sky, the MetLife Blimp appears to be nothing more than one giant balloon. But upon closer inspection, the anatomy of a blimp is much more complex.
We have the main envelope, which has all the helium. That's the most important part. We have the control surfaces in the back that allow us to steer it like any other aircraft. And then the gondola, which is where the engine is, and basically the cockpit where the pilot sits and the passengers as well.
The blimp is made of a ripstop nylon. The artwork, the MetLife and the Snoopy on side is all decals, sort of a rubber type plastic sheet material fixed to the envelope with adhesives.
It's very thin and lightweight and extremely durable.
One popular misconception about the blimp's envelope is that it can burst.
The blimp is not really poppable. The shape of the blimp you see there is held with the pressure of the helium. There's no structure inside the blimp. If you were to puncture it or poke a hole in it, you really wouldn't notice. It would take us really a couple of days to notice that we were leaking helium.
While undetected from the exterior, the blimp's envelope is actually comprised of multiple chambers.
The ballonnet is an air chamber that's inside the helium chamber. So when the helium expands, in order to maintain a constant pressure, we have to get rid of some volume. We don't want to get rid of the helium because we can't get it back, obviously. So we have this air chamber we let air out of and we can pump air into. It kind of looks like a big tent. There's marks on the front side of the ballonnet here, 1 through 10. The ballonnet is full up to about 5, which means half of our ballonnet is full of air. That also means if we took off right now, we climb up to about 5,000 feet.
When not in the air, the blimp remains anchored to the ground by the mast.
This is our mast right here. We carry it with us everywhere we go. It's rated to handle about 80 knots of wind, so barring a hurricane or tornado, the blimp is safe parked here on the mast in just about any weather.
The mast looks in one piece, but it breaks down. It's in several pieces that we assemble. We also have 12 points around the mast that we drive in 6-foot screw stakes into the ground. We attach a cable to each stake running up to the top of the mast. We actually lock onto the mast, and how we do that, there's a cone mounted to the front of the envelope. When we do lock on, it's free to move around in any direction because it's at the top of the mast.
Directly beneath the envelope is the gondola, which houses the pilots and the flight controls.
The gondola is attached on the bottom by 6 cables on each side, basically holding the gondola up to the blimp. Sitting here in the pilot seat, we have throttles and controls here. All of our instruments are right here in front of us, easy to reach and to use at a moment's notice. We can reach forward and use our GPS right here on the dash.
This knob right here is what we use in flight to control air coming in or out of the ballonnet. If we're descending, the helium's contracting, and we need to pump air into the ballonnet, we push this knob forward. It opens up the valve, allows air to go inside the ballonnet chamber.
Well, here's our wheel. We have a wheel on the left and the right side of the seat that move together. When we roll it forward and back, that allows us to climb and descend. To roll it forward means we're descending, and when we roll it back, we're going to climb.
Kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast.
Leading out from the back of the gondola, there's 4 cables that are attached to our controls in the gondola, and they extend back to each of the elevators and rudders back there. So when we give input, it's through a cable and pulley system that the elevators and rudders move.
Once in the air, the MetLife Blimp is truly unique, an amalgam of its aerial predecessors.
It's similar to a balloon in the sense of the helium, but we need the engines to fly us and power us around. In that sense, we're just like any other aircraft.
We have 2 engines. They're Rotax engines, 88 horsepower each. Each have a 2-blade wood composite propeller. Those 2 engines provide us with about a 35 to 40 knot cruising speed. The engines that we have are kind of a balance of the right amount of power and lightweight enough to do the job we need them to do.
The MetLife Blimp's anatomy is unmistakable, a rare combination of technology and simplicity. It is the vehicle behind the best shot in golf. Up next, find out what it takes to transport the MetLife Blimp across the country.
No one gets a chance to see it and has any idea how much effort and teamwork it takes in order to fly. When I saw that it took 12 or 13 guys in order to launch a ship, it was pretty amazing.
Are all vehicles ready to roll? Okay, all vehicles are rolling down the road.
We can't do anything without the ground crew. We need each other to function.